Y- Yo, what's going on, man? What's going on, man? We in here on late night, man. We open like the Waffle House tonight, man. What's going on, man? Stop on in. If y'all still up, man, stop in and talk to us right quick. If not, y'all catching the replay. We appreciate it, man. But we gonna throw a little topic together right quick, man. My wife been under the weather, so I really haven't been able to do content like I want this week. But I'm making sure she's straight before I get back to making content daily. But you know, things in life happen. But we'll get to that at a later date. But let's talk about it right quick, Chris. Tell the people what's up, man.
Hey man, it's been a long day, but man, sports don't stop. Gotta get
Yep.
into it and hope your wife is, feeling better, speedy recovery. I'm saying as
Yeah.
always, very nice lady.
Back.
But yeah, man, we got a couple of topics we're just gonna get into. Not gonna be on too long, but gonna be on long
Got a
enough,
long ass day tomorrow, so we're gonna knock this shit out right quick. But yeah, man. If y'all up, man, come on through. On the late night tip, pause. But some extraordinary happened. Well, it really ain't extraordinary because me and Chris been talking about it for about 2 months. We were just waiting on it to happen. The fifth year option of B. John Robinson was picked up. Not a surprise. 11.3 million. This had to be done because this pushed in the right direction of getting a long term deal done. So they had to knock this out first. And I still expect the deal to be done in the next couple of months. But if not, 11.3 million, we know he's gonna make double that with his new contract. And who knows? He may sign a contract this year that starts next year. So that 11.3 probably turned into 25 million, 24, 25 million. So like I said, he'll be making double. And you got to give it to him. Over 5,600 yards from scrimmage already. 34 total touchdowns in just 3 seasons. He's on pace to be the best Falcons running back all time if the numbers hold up. So I mean, it was expected. It was expected. But right quick, man, tell me what you think.
Yeah, man, absolute no brainer. I mean, honestly, you think about his first 2 seasons in the league, he really kind of solidified himself as far as like on the Falcons, as one of those players like you just gotta keep and build around. And the Falcons, I think they want to do just that with Bijan. Of course, everything can still be up in the air and blah, but at the end of the day, man, Bijan Robinson is a dynamic player. Just one of those guys that you just don't just trip and fall over. You just can't find just anywhere. I understand the shelf life of running backs and whatnot, but he's a special person and a special player on the field.
Facts.
Easily a type of player that can flip the field and just one play away from taking it to the house, 80 yards. So at the end of the
Agreed.
day, man, you had to do it. And again, man, like you say, he's going to be making double more than what he's making right now for sure. But this is a step into the right direction, and you love to see it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And think about it too, man. They've been adding running backs this offseason, so they're gonna try to take some of the pressure off of him. And I think the running game gonna be focal point of this offense. So he's gonna be relied upon heavily. Him and Brian Robinson. So when you think about the long term ramifications, you just pay him the money. Again, we talk about Pitts, we talk about London, but Bijan, he's the main card that's gonna go to make this team go. Prince Kale, what's up, man? Appreciate you stopping in right quick. Bino,
Hmm.
what's up, my guy? But yeah, Bijan, he deserved it. It's nowhere around it. Again, you got to think about Jonathan Taylor getting paid, Jamal
Hmm.
Mir Gibbs. Those two guys are the top two guys that you got to be looking at. And if Saquon wants to go out on another contract, he can too. But the thing about Saquon, he's closer to 30. So he just got his last big deal. If he gets another deal, it's going to be probably 12 to 15 range. Because I think, honestly, his best days may be behind him. You saw it last year. He wasn't even the same person from the year before. So, yeah. So you got to get what you can out of Bijan while he's still young, give him that big contract, and then just go from there. Because, like I said, he's going to be the focal point of Kevin Stefanski's offense, run heavy, play action, and all that good stuff. So, with the weapons they've added, man, with Jahan Dotson and those guys, it's going to be interesting to see. But
It was funny
right,
about the Eagles, man. Their offense. I feel like their offensive coordinator really stunt their growth, man. For real. I
agreed.
feel like they had similar situation to like how we had, but sometimes you move on from a coordinator. Well, excuse me, not move on from a coordinator, as in like a coordinator moves on to a different job and whatnot. And sometimes you just can't have that same offense or that same plot with a different guy.
Facts, facts. But yeah, man. But we just talking about receivers, and came up on an article the other day. Didn't get a chance to get to it. Like I said, been busy, but we're gonna talk about it right quick. And they gave draft intel on the Atlanta Falcons, and it's not a surprise because these journalists are digging for everything. And they give us intel to what the Falcons are looking at with draft picks. You see the draft picks on the screen right there. And
Mm,
these are the picks that they have: 48, 79, 122, 215, and 231, which are five picks. Now, as me and Chris have been talking, we did a mock draft. Y'all can go check that out. As to us trading back, we think they're going to do the exact same thing. And I'm telling you, from pick 79 all the way to pick 231, there could be a trade. Keep it real with you. Because we know Ian, what he did in Chicago with Khalil Mack. So we've been saying, could Jesse Bates be on the block? Could another star player be on the trade block, like a Drake London or Kyle Pitts? We don't know. So nobody's safe but Bijan Robinson. So if you keep it real, I'm telling you. And this is what they said they can do to maximize their five picks. But before I go, you want to add anything before I go on?
I
Two
mean,
Terry, what's up?
and really, man, it was just self-explanatory, just like you were just saying. The man likes the picks, and they flipped 5 picks into 10 picks. And part of
Right.
that was trading away Khalil Mack. So at the end of the day,
Ooh,
we just got to sit back and watch. Really, just watch the man work. You look at what he's done. It's not like he hasn't been making moves. He's been doing the best with what he has, and I feel like he's going to continue to do that. Like I said, what he said before, that's the situation that we're in right now. We got 5 draft picks. It doesn't mean we're going to stay there though. But if we do,
right.
so it just is what it is. It just means like there was no moves to be made. Like seriously.
Yeah. And I agree, Benos Drake. He's safe too because he was on the promo for the New Jersey. So that signified them thinking he's part of the future. The guy like Chris said, is not safe as Kyle Pitts because he wasn't nowhere near on the promotion. And he's supposed to be one of the biggest players, being a fourth overall pick. He should have been on the damn the flyer, the video or whatever they did to promote the new uniforms. That's a given. Chris Lindstrom wasn't on there, so but we know about Chris. He ain't going no damn way. He gonna retire Falcon. Um, but yeah, it would just surprise me that Pitts wasn't on there, knowing that he's one of the bigger offensive weapons. And there's no knock to nobody, but it's just facts. But
Yeah,
let's see what
man.
they got to say right quick, how they can maximize these picks. Go ahead. You had
Go ahead.
something to say?
No, go ahead.
Okay, this is what Mark Ramundi put in. He said, don't be surprised if the Falcons find a way to trade down or even trade a player for more picks. And this is where Jesse Bates, Kyle Pitts, and anybody else comes in. But it says new manager Ian Cunningham has been very clear about this for more selections, knowing that the Bears went from 5 picks to 10 in his first year working in Chicago. And that's what I'm talking about, the Khalil Mack trade. You get that second round pick and that fifth round pick, and then you just keep maneuvering until you get enough picks to build your team. And it says Atlanta's offseason has not been meat and potatoes, as it has built depth and elevated the team's floor with an eye toward future flexibility, which they're talking about next year, which we're going to have close to $100 million in cap space before
Mhm.
contracts. Expect more of that strategy in the draft. And Mark Ramundi said this. Would you like to elaborate on this before I read the last part?
Hey, man, that's basically just saying, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Nah,
Yeah,
for real. Nah, for real though, bro. Because at the end of the day, we got to try to maximize on this first draft. But I feel like with this draft, it's just setting up for a better season next year, or should I say, as far as cap space and all that goes, bro. So at the end of the day, you see what that man is doing with a little money. I said it before, I'll say it again. I can't wait to see what's going to happen when you get the big money.
Agreed. But yeah, man, he turned that Khalil Mack, and then that lets me know Khalil Mack was still in his prime when he got traded from Chicago. Still
Yeah,
one of the best sack masters in the league, and he's still doing it at 35 years old. So, yeah,
just got 18 mil straight up.
this got $18 million guaranteed, fully guaranteed contract. So he's still doing his thing. So Ian Cunningham, he made a hell of a pick, got a second round pick and capitalized with that. So if the Falcons get another second round pick for whoever they trade, that 1 second round pick can turn into 3 picks just that quick. And the other second round pick can turn into 2 or 3 picks. So look, I'm telling y'all, or if they want to reach and go back into the first round, if they get two second round picks, they can end up at the bottom of the first round and may still get a 6 or 7 round pick with that. So look, I'm telling y'all, he got something up his sleeve. Don't know what it is, but I guarantee you it's gonna come to light soon. But this is
my
what
thing is
about. Go ahead.
Real quick question for you.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Can you see, because we still got some extra money now with the Caleb McGarry retiring, can you see him making another move before the draft?
It depends on who becomes available and what the price is. Like we've been talking about defensive tackle, and we're finna get into that. There's still a need. Cornerback is still a need. If they, I don't know what the dead cap space is on Mike Hughes' contract, but if they can find a way to get off of that, they will and add more money. But if they can find a guy in that wheelhouse that I would say 8 to 10 million range, if that guy can come in, like for instance, group text we did earlier today, Kenny Moore, 31 years old, won't cost a lot of money because I think they're going to pay the last year of his deal. And they may want to trade, but you can probably get him for a 6 or 7 round pick. So you can use some of that money to go toward a veteran like that to take over for Mike Hughes on that side. And I'm just telling you.
But the only thing about Mike Hughes, I think this year it counts against you.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. The only thing I think you may lose maybe 5 mil, 3 mil.
So you definitely can't do that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look at it right quick. But yeah, I just think depending on who's available, what the asking price, and they feel like they can come in and help the Falcons right away, I think they will make a deal. But if they can't move Mike Hughes or move anyone else that they feel like they can get off their contract, then I think they stay pat, because you got to think too. Like I said, with Bijan coming up for a contract and Drake on his 5th-year option, they may go ahead and get one of those contracts out the way right now. And I'm thinking it's Bijan because he'll be a little bit cheaper, because I think he'll be 23 to 25, and Drake will be, I think, 30 to 35. So they'll save about 5.
Just think about this too, though. Think about this too on that cornerback room. One guy that is definitely gonna get an opportunity, I believe, is Kobe Bryant as well too. He's gonna be his 2nd year. I think the 2nd year in the same defense, he should be able to pick it up to speed and pretty much be able to do everything that's asked of him. And so I believe he has the ability, and definitely has the fight. He drew a tough assignment against Mike Evans, but Mike Evans is a tough assignment for veteran cornerback. So he went out there, he worked, and I feel like he got some real good experience, some things that he can learn from. And I think that honestly, like we definitely just gotta be realistic and know that he's going to get opportunity. And if he maximizes on it, you never know, that can really be your starting cornerback number 2.
Agreed. Definitely agree with that. But we're looking at Mike Hughes' contract. I'm gonna share it with the screen right quick. You look at his contract. Next year is the last year of the deal. Next year, in 2027, they're only 1.6 in dead cap space. So if they want to move on after this year, they can. But this year, if they do trade or release him, it's going to be 6.6 against the cap. So yeah, He's not going anywhere. Um, yeah, so I don't see it. Don't see it. But yeah,
Don't make no
man.
sense to go backwards.
Facts, facts. But let's get back to this right quick. I dropped the thing out. My bad. So let's get back to this. So we read the first part. They talked a little bit about the new general manager, what he gonna do, what the team floor and depth and flexibility for the future. And you got to remember too, Aziz Ojolari and Ebukam, those were big pickups. So that's one
Mhm.
less thing we had to look into the draft. So if James Pierce missed time, it won't affect us at all because you got two veteran guys that can get after the quarterback, and one of them is a third down specialist. So we'll see. But it says what we're hearing about the Falcons draft, and this is Jordan Reed, ESPN. I follow him on Twitter. Y'all should too. And it says, speaking of league sources connected to Atlanta, one position that's been heavily linked to the Falcons is defensive tackle. And if y'all been following me and Chris, y'all know that's what we've been talking about the last 2 months. The defensive line and the offensive line. Those are two. And we know they're going to be, front to back like they've been talking about, and it starts in the trenches. Something that
Mhm.
we've struggled with over the last decade. So losing Grady Jarrett year before last. Um, then you look at the young guys finally turned the corner last year, but losing Onyemata, who would have counted 9 million against the cap space, but they let him walk in free agency. Who else? Zach Robinson, Zach Harrison is coming back
Mhm.
from leg injury.
That knee.
So
Yeah,
he's
that
going to be in
knee.
the mix. Yeah, so he's going to be in the mix. But defensive tackle is something that we've been talking about. And one guy I'm looking at still, Christian Miller, another guy, Lee Hunter, another guy, K. McDonald, who I think now that I know that he's going to the first round, it's likely going to be a first round defensive tackle. Defensive tackle is something that I've been looking at. And offensive tackle as well. Um, Caleb Lomu from Utah, he's one.
Yeah.
Kid from Arizona State, he's another one. So there is going to be up in
Austin
the air as
Barber is
to how
another one too.
Austin Barber is another one. So I mean, look, either way you want to go, the trenches have to be fixed. And by Ian being a former offensive lineman and Matt Ryan being a former quarterback, they know how important it is. So yeah, defensive tackle definitely gonna get a look. And if Christian Miller or Lee Hunter is there at 48, you got to pull the trigger because, like Chris been saying, Aurora is a position. Look at Dorless, he'll play a little bit more in this year with James Pierce being out. So he can play in or tackle. So it just depends on what they want to do. But to finish this off, it said they have done extensive amount of work there. But another position that routinely popped in the conversation was wide receiver, which is no
Mhm.
surprise to me or Chris or you or
Mhm.
the chat. It's that even after adding Jahan Dotson and Olamide Zacchaeus this offseason, the Falcons want a field stretcher. At some point on day two, Bryce Lance was a name that kept coming up. And I dug into this a little bit, and this is me just thinking logically, and this is just my opinion. Read that last part. Even after adding those two receivers,
Mhm.
Falcons want a field stretcher at some point. Day
That
two.
let you. That let
Think
you know
about that.
right there. That really eliminates a lot of guys. If you can't stretch the field, you may not even be on the Falcons' radar. Whether you're a good receiver or not, you can be an all around. But at the same time, if you can't stretch that field, if you can't be like a burner and possibly even provide something on special teams as well if they need to. It's like that. That's what I'm saying. And Bryce Lance, I actually looked into the kid a little bit. To
Okay.
be honest, like as far as yardage and everything goes, he had encore seasons, and my thing is just in this last past season, the yardage after the catch went up, and also just the average yards went up. Like he was averaging, like 1 year he was averaging like 11 yards per catch, and then all of a sudden it just jumped up to like 20 yards per catch type thing. And it's just like, again, that speedster that be able to like get on down the field, and he can play some special
A
teams
guy,
as well.
right? That reminds me a lot of a guy named Christian Watson in Green Bay
Yeah, man,
when
I
he was
like
in
Watson.
college. And yeah, but Bryce Land's running 4.34 at 6'3", 205 pounds. And it's amazing. And if y'all know that name, it's Mr. Bryce. I'm sorry, Mr. Trey Lance, his brother, his big brother, quarterback in the NFL. I think he's with who he's with now.
Oh my goodness! Don't start me wrong.
But
That's a
you look
good
at
trivia question.
he might be still in Los Angeles with the Chargers if I'm not mistaken. But don't quote me on that. Google it. Do what you got to do. But as you look at Bryce Lance, his brother, he's one of those guys that can run every route on the route tree, solid hands, vertical threat. And that's what they're talking about. That's why they love him. And when you look at that, he can even block. But
Yeah.
if who he reminds me of a lot is what's the Cincinnati wide receiver, Isavas. He reminds me of him because you remember Isavas came out a couple of years ago from Princeton. He was the same size. He was even faster. He think he ran almost a 4.29 if I'm not mistaken. So when you talk about a guy that can take the top off of the defense and just an elite athlete all the way around the board, you got to go for it. And think about it, he ran a 1.49 second 10-yard split. Think about that. So he's going to get off the break real quick. He's going to get a quick release from the line. He's going to make those quick cuts. And when you got blazing speed, run after the catch, that's something that you got to watch out for. And with a 41.5-inch vertical, he can make those contested catches as well. So when you got somebody reliable, you got to take their hands, and reliability outside of what we've had, it's been tough. And think about it. When Roddy was here, he had to usher in Julio. So now whoever we get, I think it's got to usher that guy in and welcome him, and him up, get him called onto the game like Roddy did Julio, and just rock out. Because when you have a deep threat like that, you gotta take a chance. What you think about Bryce Lance as well?
Well, like I was saying, man, a guy that can get on down the field, and my thing is he got over 1,000 yards and less catches in his last previous year. That's what I'm saying. Like, he did an encore, but it was still like better. Being within the offense and just becoming a better player. So it could be a guy. I know it's a lot of different guys we've had 30 visits with, including the local guys like Ted Hurst, and then but they've been looking at
Branch.
Zach Brandt. But they also been, just looking around and scouring around. They're looking for guys that can do multiple things. That's what it seems. I mean, that's where the league is kind of going anyway. You want to have a guy that, okay, he can play some wide receiver, but if I need an emergency guy, so to get back there in special teams, he can play that too. So it's like, that's where the league really is really is going. And the wide receivers that the Falcons have had 30 visits, if you look at them, they all, even including Zach Branch and, Ted Hurst, everybody can do something different, and they can do multiple things. So it's going to be interesting to see like who falls to the Falcons. It's a good problem to have if you have multiple options when it's time for you to select a wide receiver, but it'd be interesting if we end up trading enough to get enough picks to where you may have maybe still 8 to 9 picks in this draft somehow, and then you end up taking 2 receivers. You never know. Now that would be a very interesting situation if they took 2 wide receivers.
And I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I got a question for you. Like you had a question. I'm gonna drop this one right quick.
Okay.
You have Zachariah Branch, Bryce Lance, Jacob Lang, and Surratt from Indiana. You have all 4 of those on the board. Who you taking?
Oh, I'm taking Zach Branch
because of his versatility and special teams Is why if you mind me asking, why would you take him over the other guys?
Well, I mean, for me, I just feel like he got that pedigree already. Anyway, he got it in the bloodline. Not saying that Bryce Lance doesn't, but I mean, Cliff Branch, Trey Lance, I don't know, but uh, it's just no. But overall, I feel like in this offense, what Zach Branch can do, I feel like it just would be an absolute cheat code because you already got Bijan Robinson, you got Drake London, you can move him around. Zach Branch, you can move him around as well. And then with him, he can get down the field. And I honestly think he was underutilized in UGA. Now I'm not saying he's gonna come in right away and be the guy, but I think he can have a season come in and have a season of impact like a Buka for like what he did for Tampa Bay when he was healthy.
Facts.
So like I'm just like immediate, instant in offense. Within so no matter who's throwing in the ball, whether it's Penix, whether it's Tua, regardless, I'm telling you, like that guy in the offense, and still even if you still had Kyle Pitts, that's cool too, because that just means it's even more weapons that the teams will have to worry about. I feel like you go get Zach Branch. I feel like Zach Branch may not be realistic for the Falcons overall. Just looking at the draft boards and everything, it seems like first round, early second round, it doesn't seem like he's going to fall to when the Falcons are ready to draft a wide receiver. But then again, you have Ian Cunningham, who's already said you can really get behind the eight ball drafting for needs. So I
Yeah,
mean, we're going to see about like how his approach really is. I really can't wait to the draft, regardless, because I'm excited to see exactly like his philosophy, like in person when it comes to the draft and all that stuff, and like how he's going to navigate this draft, and if he can accumulate more draft picks, how is he going to do it? Like it's like it's just a lot of different aspects. Just learning your GM and learning, so just your new regime. It's a very interesting process, and I can't wait to really do it.
agreed. Facts. And think about it too. If we do end up making a trade, like you said, I could see them taking two receivers because if they get Zach Branch at 48, they can get their defensive tackle at 79 still. Because I'm still looking at the Xavier and the kid from Ole Miss, the defensive tackle. I'm still looking at him around 79. Then so like you
See?
go and get another day 3 pick.
But
If
let me
Bryce
hit,
Lance is
but
there,
let me put,
go
but let
ahead.
me add this though.
Okay.
Before you continue, let me stop you right there at Harris. I like Harris too, first of all. But Smitty, I don't know if he's going to be the type of guy that the Falcons look at, only because he does have a past history of a little trouble. I
Okay. So
seen
yeah, we're
some.
not going that direction.
I seen something about a domestic violence, and I was like, oh, it was. I mean, it was like 23, I think, but still.
I saw a kid from Minnesota that I think on day 3 in the 7th round. I think he'll still be there. He's 6'6", about 325, so he's a space eater and he's a solid run stopper. So it's going to be other chances, but it was just a thought. But I seriously think, like the article saying, it could go wide receiver, but who knows? But we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, that article was great. Loved it, and they made some solid points like they always do. But again, draft is 2 weeks away. So, I mean, we're going to do more draft shows leading up to it, and we may go live on draft night or day 2. Just, stay tuned and keep locked in. But you know what to do, man.
Oh yeah, man. A1 Feather Sports. That's the platform on YouTube. Man, shout out to them Atlanta Hawks, man. Making the
Big win.
playoffs. Yep, big win tonight. Making the playoffs and winning the division. Man, I'm very excited about what's going moving forward with this team. I mean, no matter who they play, whether if it's the Cavs, I mean, it looks like it's going to be the Cavs. Because I think the only way that we can end up playing the Knicks now, I think we would have to lose to the Heat, and I think the Raptors would have to win or something like that. I'm not sure. if they finish with the same record, the Raptors hold the tiebreaker. So and then they would get the 5th seed. But most likely it's going to be Hawks versus Cavs first round. And we'll see how it goes though. But yes, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe over on Hawks Digest as well. Just crossed 4K on Hawks Digest, man. So appreciate you if you already subscribed. And if not, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button for your boy.
Facts.
And moving on, A1 Forever on X or Twitter or whatever. Instagram A1 for Twix. Right, A1 Forever on Instagram and the real A1 Forever on TikTok, man. Hey, it's 2:00 in the morning. If you ain't found your peace by now, just go to bed. I know that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, man. Find me on Twitter at fatboy_21. Also keep locked in because like I said, I'll be getting back to work soon on full-time videos. Right here on the Sports Machine, man, because there's always news to be talked about, man. But I always say, if y'all got a topic that I feel like can make a good video out of, man, please drop it in the comment box on one of my videos. I will take a look at it. Another great, amazing short show this time because we got to take our ass back to bed. We're going to holler at y'all soon, man, because some more NFL news coming every day leading up to April 24th. But for my boy A1, this your boy Antoine Smitty Smith. We're going to holler at y'all later, man. Peace.